Oh, well, we have a building. Now, we need a DSP permit for that address attached to that building so we can warehouse there and bottle there and do all of the beautiful things that we want to do there. But in the meantime, continue down the road of applications and permits and legalities. The building needs a lot of work to become what we need it to be. So we need to start going through the building, figuring out what we need and what we don't need, figuring out the projects, figuring out priorities on projects, so on and so forth. Let's start getting this building ready to be the home of Virtue Spirits. Another day, another project. So, Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday actually, but there's stuff to be done. So, I have these 3 different outbuildings. I don't know, we call them pole barns and outbuildings, whatever, but we got the saloon, we got the castle, then we got the hut. The problem is the channel and Virtue have overtaken all 3 buildings now. So we have no storage space here at all. Ricky and I have none. Goal today is to get these pallets of bottles to Virtue, where they're gonna live and actually be used and where they actually should be anyway. So I need to get this stuff out of the way. My dad's bringing over the tractor, and then we're gonna load these up on a trailer. We're gonna drive them over to Virtue. We're gonna drop them off over there. And then later I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl. So here we go. If you guys want a cup, not a sponsor, this coffee cup, it is 30 degrees out on the dot right now. I made this coffee. It's been outside for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. It's gotta be around 20 minutes. In this cup, no lid on it. And it's still undrinkably hot. So if you want a cup, beats the hell out of a Yeti because you want to burn your mouth for more hours. Fellow coffee cups. That's the brand.
They just had the pipeline masters, and
we're on our way. We got 6 pallets, a tractor, and the freaking pallet mover, dude. And she is sagging. All right. See you guys at Virtue, or we'll see you when something falls off the trailer. But it is strapped down. I mean, at the very minimum, we did an okay job, you know. See you there. Well, left the keys at home. Dude, I don't use, okay, here's my problem. Problem is, I don't need keys for any door. Everything's got coded locks, right? So now that we have a building with keys, every time I've been to this building now, I've forgotten said keys. So I think if I get cool, like, you know, EDC key thing, in theory, I'll stop forgetting them because I'll think that thing is cool and then I'll carry it with me everywhere. All right, well, back in the car and back on our way. Well, we already have our first damage to the property. The tractor slid into the pole barn because of the ice. So, you know, I mean, listen, it was bound to happen eventually. I just didn't figure it happened day one. It has taken so many hours to get this button. Man, it's taking a long time. We're gonna click it together. Oh, I need this part of this whole process to be done. This part has really sucked, man. Electronic application submission confirmation. 2 of them. One original entity, which I've already done and had approved, and it got closed. And not intentionally. And then our DSP application has been received. What a beautiful moment. I can't even explain to you how many hours this has been. Like this part of it. This applying for the DSP and getting all the information and building a diagram and getting the layout and getting the bonded premise sorted. And this isn't even approved. This is a review and process now. So I'm sure that like some things won't be correct and it won't just get approved. I would imagine what's going to happen is they'll come back with needs or something I've done incorrectly. Oh, but man, just to click that button and just be like, here, please tell me what I did wrong so I can fix it. This is like a huge win. This is like a huge moment. Filed for DSP in the state of Michigan through the TTB for Virtue Spirits. If this feels like a win, it wasn't even a win. It's just now in review. Dude. So now we have roughly 7 to 60 days before they review. And well, we have our DSP application in. Gives us the ability to warehouse barrels, bottle, blend, things like that. A tasting room permit, so when you guys come, you can buy bottles on site, on premise, which would be awesome. While we wait for that to get into review, it's gonna be time to furnish this building. We need a bottling line and vatting, and we need a fork truck, and we need to paint, we need to clean. The reason that we're gonna spend the time and the money that it's gonna take to build our own operation is because it removes the need for us to rely on other people for now. When it comes to bottling, having the ability to do that when we see fit, when it feels like it's a good time, definitely seems like it's worth the upfront cost and work. Not having to rely on somebody else's bottling line or their time, their schedule, those are things that all come into play. A lot of people bottle at somebody else's bottling line. Bardstown's building an entire business on bottling for other people. The problem is it comes down to timing. It comes down to if we want to bottle something, we have to be on someone else's schedule in that scenario. And this bottling line that we're talking about buying and discussing won't in theory be big enough to, manage us forever, but it will get us off the ground, it'll get us on our feet, and it'll allow us to do things on our schedule, our timelines, when we see fit, which is awesome. So, after all of this is done, we'll have to apply for a small distiller's license in the state of Michigan. That's the next step. It's basically just a DSP permit, rather than from the TTB, but from the state. It's the same thing as a DSP permit from the TTB. It's just at a state level. That is the next step. We got to get to cleaning and furnishing this building. Hello, we're in the saloon. Is this zoomed out or in? That was out. Sean found a fork truck, whatever you want to call them, and we need one. So it's gonna get delivered tomorrow, but as you can see out there, there's a lot of snow, or there's at least some snow. It's kind of messy. So we need to plow the shop. I have a quad right here that's got a winch on the front of it, and I have a plow for it. So I'm gonna throw the plow on the quad. I'm gonna put this on the trailer. I'm gonna drive it over to the shop, and I'm gonna plow the shop really quick. All right, it's time. That snow's gotta go. See what I did there? Let's plow the freaking driveway. it is fork truck day. Hopefully, we'll see. They're supposed to be here between 9 and 10 to drop it off. That got moved to 10:30 to 11, and now it's 11:07. So I may just be sitting here for an eternity waiting, but we'll see.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. It has arrived.
You turn yours on?
Yeah, mine's just been on.
Oh, I was gonna say, because I had to turn mine on. We have a fork truck.
I'm gonna freaking dominate these levers, dude.
So which one's which?
This is left and right.
Uh-huh.
This is tilt.
Yep.
Up, down.
Yes, sir.
Fucking already certified, literally.
You're gonna be the first person to hit something.
100%. You wanna drive it in?
Fuck yeah.
Do a donut, bitch, you won't.
I won't.
I saw like the tip over thing on there and I'm like, yeah, I could see that happening.
So we just gotta... Oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. You give it a little tilt back.
I didn't know they did the tilt thing. That's cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You want to go over the fucking layout of everything that we think, at least so far?
Yeah. No, I mean, oh, well, I still gotta talk to you. I think we should only buy the small tank right now. And hold
that,
off
like,
on buying one of the bigger
70-gallon
tanks.
one?
I think it was
80 or whatever?
80 gallons.
Okay.
So it was like we could do 2 smaller barrels if we wanted.
Yeah.
More often, like for the first couple drops, we're just doing single barrels. So I think we can.
Well, it kind of depends.
Do well.
We could drop.
We could. That label's not finalized yet.
I'm sure it will be in
Close.
by time
We can
the
order
government says we're allowed to do shit.
because that one that I really want is the TCW one. But anyways,
I like the idea of the 2 smaller, or at least a smaller tank though.
layout is we'll be taking this section off so we can get our barrels up there because we're going to be dumping into a trough right here. Come on down, that's getting made. We'll have it go down into said tanks.
So the trough's going to be in between the runners
it'll
there,
fit
the
in
truss.
between the trusses. We'll have, it'll all be made out of stainless, then we'll go down through transfer hose into said tank. Tank will then get picked up and moved on over here. The way I envision it is we'll be able to put said tank right here, and then it will just go right into the bottling line. So the bottling line will be automatically filling, basically. So there's a nice little pneumatic pump that will be filling up the top of the bottling line. You just got bottling right here. Well, blow out, clean them, bottle here, slide them on down. Be a nice automatic corker. And you just go, boop, and then it goes, and shoots a cork in there for you. You slide it to the next person. You can do a little handheld. You go, boop, and it goes up, shrink wraps the top. You hand it to the next person. You can have a table here, bottler on it, or the labeler. There she is, huh?
Yeah. She weighs a fucking shit ton.
I bet, buddy. It's a full fucking compressor.
It's only a 20-gallon tank though. It's not like a big compressor.
No.
So I was like, hey, it won't be that bad. It's pretty fucking heavy.
Expensive though. Okay, what's with all the cardboards? And is it upside down, Daniel B? Nope.
If it's upside down, that's on sticker people, not me.
So this should supply the bottle blowout, the filler, and the corker. Those are all pneumatic.
Hopefully.
Every time I leave this place and like I start designing things in my head, the building magically gets smaller in my head. Every time. Well, when I come here, I'm like, holy shit, we got room.
Yeah. It's not going to look like a lot of room when we put a lot of shit in it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing I have with the castle. We're like, oh, we'll never run out of room.
Fill it up,
we're out of room.
Seal it shut, as I always say.
Do you though?
At Peppa Pig on spring break with the kids, and after a month and a half, we finally just got the notice that the DSP, we're a distillery. We have a DSP, we have a number. We have a DSP permit number. Oh, this is like the greatest feeling. It's so freaking cool. The Carol from the TTB, who was the agent our thing was assigned to, was so awesome. And I spent about 6 hours yesterday working on the application. There were some things she needed changed, and she was so awesome helping. So huge shout out. On to the next step. I'm so excited.
Shit.
Okay, so this is where people run into things.
That makes sense,
Is
yeah.
backing up, because they
Yeah.
like, you can get them fully sideways. So we can come in here, load our shit up.
So nobody knows the layout thus far.
Well, I'm just trying to see for my sake, can we make it?
Well, there won't be that tool chest there or that table. So you'll have more room.
I mean, she's pretty tight, because then if we go back a little bit,
Well,
oh, we have a third stage too, my guy.
that's good because that's not above it. There you go. That is.
That's what we'll need. And then you just jam it on in. No,
My dad's just cutting those shelves out, so fuck it. Ram it.
I don't want to ram it.
So, basically, we could go over like the plan now that we have like,
I don't know what any of
bunch
these
of shit
modes do
purchased.
though.
there's modes? Is there like
It
a
says mode number 4.